Hello viewers, welcome back to this course. In this lesson, we are going to combine different date and time functions to calculate the age of a person based on the date of birth. Our major task in this project is to calculate the age and the birthday with the date functions that we have already learned. We can also combine other functions where possible. Our task is that this cell is going to contain the date of a birth of a person. We are going to display the age of the person in years, months, and days. For example, based on the date of birth, we can be able to determine the years, the months, and the days. This is the text we are going to display from our calculation. For example, your age is 32 years, 8 months, and 30 days old. And the next part of this project is that we are going to display the next birthday of the person. For example, if the person is born on 11th of November 1991, and if the current month is August, we should be able to display that, okay, your next birthday is on 11th of November 2024. So that is exactly what we are going to do. If you want to follow along, you are free to follow along. Else just watch as we do it together. Let's go to Excel. I have the Excel here. This is where we are going to display the day of the birth. Okay, let me just enter a date of birth, 11/11/1991. Let me display today's date here. Today's date, I'm going to use the today function to display today's date. Day, like this, today function. I just type today function so that you will see today's date. Okay, I type it. Okay, this is today's date, 11th of August 2024. This is today's date. Before we start the text part of it, let's display the years, the months, and the days here. So I select the cell, I go to the formula bar. To display the age in years, I'm going to use the DATEDIF function. I type DATEDIF, open it. The first argument is the start date, and our start date is going to be the date of birth. I select it, separate it with comma. The next argument is going to be the end date. Our end date is going to be the today function. So I'm going to use the today. I'm going to use today function to display today's date. Okay, then separate it with comma. The next argument is the unit. Our unit is going to be the year. I'm going to type Y since our concern is to get the difference in years. Close the function and press enter. Okay, we have an error. Why the error? Value error. It means that the value we enter is wrong. Okay, let's check our date. Okay, there is error. You can see I have the 2 slash here. Okay, this is not a date. It's just a normal text. So let me remove one of this slash and press enter now. We have corrected the date. You can see the years is 32 years. You can see we are able to get the years, 32 years. So let's get the month. I select this cell, I go to the formula bar, I type DATEDIF. I'm going to use the DATEDIF once again. Open the parenthesis. Our start date is going to be the date of birth. I select it, separate it with comma. Then the end date is going to be today. I'm going to type today function, separate it with comma. What we need is the month. The difference in month is going to be the YM. I type YM. Do you see it return 9 months? Okay, 9 months. Let's get the number of days. I select this cell. I go to the formula bar. I type equals to DATEDIF. Then the first argument is going to be the date of birth. I select it, separate it with comma. And the end date is going to be the today. I type today, separate it with comma. Since our concern is to get the difference in days, I'm going to type MD, that is the unit. MD is the difference in days, excluding the month and the year. Close the function and press enter. Now it returns 0. Wow, do you see today's date is 11? You can see 11 minus 11 is 0. Today's date is 11th of August. So when it subtracts 11 from 11, that is the date of birth is 11th November. So this one is 11th August. So the 11 is already subtracted from 11. That is the days. The difference in days now is 0. Our function is returning an accurate result. You can see a person born on 11th of November 1991 and today's date is 11th August 2024. That person's age is 32 years, 9 months, 0 days. 32 years, 9 months, 0 days. Now let's combine it together so that we have the text we have here. Your age is 32 years, 8 months. That is the format we are going to display it, and it is going to appear here. So let me clear the text I have here. Let me select the cell once again. Let me type equals to. We start with a string. I type a string. I type your age is. We need to append the years. Close the quote and use the ampersand to append the age. So this is the cell that contains our age. I select this cell and let us append another string. The string is years. Separate it with comma like this. Then let us append the months. So let me use the ampersand once again. Then I select the cell that contains the months. Let me append the string like this. Months, and let me close the string. Now let us append the days. I type ampersand once again. Then I select the cell that contains the days. Let me append the string once again, which is days old. Close it. Let me add space after the day. Also add space before the month like this. If our concatenation is correct, it is going to return your age is 32 years, 9 months, 0 days. Let me press enter now. Do you see it here? Your age is 32 years, 9 months, and 0 days old. This one is done, okay? So you can equally substitute the function we have here with this cell, okay? You can substitute it. So you can do this one. You just substitute the formula we have in the year, the month, and the day. You just substitute it here, okay? Now the next part is this. Your next birthday is on, so we need to get the next birthday of this person. We need to get his next birthday. We are going to remove this text here. Let me remove it. This person's birthday should be on 11th November 2024. That is exactly what we are going to display here. To get the date of the next birthday, we are going to put the result here. But before we get to the text format, let me show you how it will work in background. Let me just select this cell here. Let me type next birthday date. Next birthday date. Let me show you the next birthday date here. We are going to use the date function to construct the next birthday. I select this cell. I go to the formula bar. I type equals to date. Inside the date function, we need to pass the year. To get the year for this date, I'm going to use the year function. I type the year. Now the serial number is going to be the today date, okay? I want to get the today's date. I type today, close the today function and close the year function. Separate it with comma, then the month. I'm going to use the month function to get the month. I type the month function. The serial number is going to be our date of birth. I select it, close the month function and separate it with comma. We need to pass the day. I'm going to use the day function to get the day. I type day. Then inside the day function, I'm going to pass the date of birth once again. Close the day function and close the date function and press enter. Do you see that it returned 11th November 2024? It simply means the next birthday of this person is going to be on 11th November 2024. Okay, but this is not correct. What if we change this date now to June and we have already passed June? Okay, it should return 2025. Let me change this date to 11th June. Let me just change the month to June, that is 6. It's supposed to return 11th June 2025, but now it is still saying 2024. Okay, that means this is not correct. We need to check this date we have here if it is already in the past. If it is already in the past, we need to add 1 so that it will now show the next birthday of this person. And to do that, let us construct this date once again. I select this cell. I go to the formula bar. I'm going to type equals to date. Inside the date function, I need to pass the year, just like what we did. I'm going to use the year function to get the year. Now I need to pass the today. We are trying to get the current year. That's why I'm typing today inside the year function. I type today. That is the current year. That is what I'm getting. That's why I type today, so that I will get the current year. Okay. Close the today function. Close the year function. We need to add 1 to this year if this date is already in the past. Okay. If the date we have here is already in the past, we need to add 1 to it so that the year will be the next year. And to do that, I'm going to add plus 1. Before we add this 1, it is based on condition. So instead of just typing 1 explicitly here, which is going to give us error, I'm going to remove the 1 and use condition. And the condition is going to be if condition. I type if, open the parentheses. I need to check this date that I have here. So since I have already gotten the date here, I check it. I select the cell that contains this date. We are going to check if it is greater than today. We check if it is greater than today. I type today function. I separate the logic with comma, then value if true. So if it is greater than today, we need to add 0. I just type 0. That is the truth value. Then separate it with comma. The value if it is false. So it simply means that if this date we have here is not greater than today, we need to add 1. So this 1 now is going to increment the year because it is not greater than today. That means that the date is already in the past. So that's why we add 1 to it so that it will increment it by 1. And let me close the if function, separate it with comma. Remember that all this logic is for the year. Okay, this little logic we perform here is to just increment the year by 1 or not to increment it if it is already in the future. This portion we did here is for the year, for the date function. Now we need to get the month argument. I type the month once again. I type the month. The month function, we need to pass the date of the birth so that we get the month from it. So I pass the date of the birth once again. Close the month function. Separate it with comma. We need to get the day from the date of birth. Then we need to pass the day. So I use the day function once again. Inside the day function, I need to pass the date of the birth so that we can be able to extract the day from it. Close the day function and close the date function. Let me press enter now. Do you see now it returned 11 June 2025? Do you see it now? You can see that the date of birth is 11th June 1991. Since June is already passed, that means this person has already celebrated his birthday this year. So his next birthday is going to be 11 June 2025. That is what it returned here. Now, if I change this date now to 11th November, let me change it to 11 November. Press enter. Do you see that it returned 11 November 2024 because this person has not celebrated his birthday this year. November is in the future. Now we need to combine these formulas so that it will be a one formula. And to do that, I select this cell that contains our correct result. Let me go to the formula bar and modify it. We need to change this blue portion here. Okay, we need to copy the formula we have in this blue cell now and replace it with what we have in this C13. We need to change this C13 you see here, which is the blue cell we have here. We need to copy the formula we have here and paste it here. Let me just move out. Let me copy the whole of this. That is this date here. Let me copy it. Go back to this one. Then I need to replace the C3 with what I copy. like this. Let me press enter now. You see, it is still return the same thing. Okay, so I can now clear this one. We don't need it. You can see that we still have our correct date. Let's say the person is born on 1st of January 1991. Okay, I just changed the date of birth of this person to 1st January 1991. Let's see what it is going to return. Do you see that his next birthday is going to be 1st of January 2025? You can see it here. Okay, this is where we're supposed to put our answer. I'm going to copy it. Let me copy this formula. This is where our answer is going to be. I select it. Let me paste the formula there and press enter. You can see we have the same thing. So let me clear all these ones. We don't need it again. All this is for illustration so that you will understand it better. Okay, instead of just typing the formula directly, I break it down so that you can be able to understand how we get this thing. So let me clear this. We need to format this now to be like this. Your next birthday is on 11th November 2024. And to do the formatting, I select the cell that contain our result. Then I'm going to cut the whole of this formula here. Okay, just cut it like this. I just left the equals to. I'm going to type a string like this, that is open a string, and type your next birthday is on, let me close the string. Then I want to use the ampersand like this, that is to concatenate our result. So let me paste that result. I just paste the result. Let me press enter so that we see what we have. Do you see it is now showing your next birthday is on 5. That is using the serial number. Okay, it is just using the date serial number. Now we need to format the serial number to look like this one, that 11th November 2024. I'm going to wrap the whole of this date result inside the text function. I cut it and type text. Then inside the text function, I'm going to paste the date result. This is our formula. Then separate it with comma. The format I want, I need to type the format. I'm going to type the format inside quotation mark. I open the quotation mark. So I need the day, that is D for day, separate it with comma. Then I need to type MM, that is 4M for the full month, separate it with comma and add space. Then I need to type the year. The year is 4Y. I type Y, that is 4Y for the 4-digit year. Close the quotation mark and close the text function. Let me press enter now. Do you see that it is now showing the correct format we wanted? Your next birthday is on 1st January 2025. Let's say the person is born on 1st November. I just changed the month to November. Let me press enter. Do you see that it is now November 2024? You can see today's date. Okay, that is, we are in August. It simply means that this person has not celebrated his birthday this year, which is on 1st of November 2024. So if the person has already celebrated the birthday, let's say we change the month to June. Let me change it to 6 and press enter. You see that the next birthday is going to be June 1st, 2025. So that is it, guys. We have finished this project, and I believe with all these examples and illustration, you can be able to combine different date functions to perform age calculation and also calculate your next birthday. Thank you for watching this section.